Hi everyone, how you doing today? I'm back again and I'm Katie Coach. Okay, today we'll be looking at campaign bid strategy. When you're running ads on Facebook or YouTube, you're gonna have to see campaign bid strategy somewhere. You understand? So what does it mean and how does it work? Basically, in layman's term, campaign bid strategy is how your money is spent. How your money is spent online to achieve the kind of results that you want. Of course, you know already that running ads online is an auction-based system. The highest bidder always wins. So this is strategies that the ad sources put in place to ensure that your money is spent in the best way possible in order to get the best possible result. So let's dive into it. So basically, there are currently on Facebook there are about three models of campaign based strategy. We have the highest volume, we have the cost per results goal, and we have the bid cap. So let me explain these three to you so you understand it better. So when you're running your adverts as well, you know exactly which one to pick per time. For instance, what's the highest volume and how does it work? For the highest volume, it's basically an automated billing system. What I mean by that is this. That means you're not setting your costs manually. So Facebook sets your costs automatically. Facebook helps you decide the costs of every action based on the market value per time. Okay, what am I saying here? Of course, you must have seen my video on CPC and CPM, cost per click and cost per thousand impression. For instance, if the kind of advert you're running is the type where you are being charged based on cost per click. So basically, if you're running an advert that's being charged on a cost per click model, so Facebook is the one that decides how much you get charged for every click. For instance, it could be $0.5, $0.05 per click, $0.2 per click, depending on what's obtainable per time. So if the bidding cost of people generally goes up, Facebook increases your bidding cost as well, so you can stay competitive while running your adverts and you can still get some results that at least commensurate to the amount you're spending on a daily basis. I hope you got that now. If, for example, you're running on a cost per click model, Facebook is the one that totally decides how much you're charged for every click. If the bidding cost of other people who are running advert goes up, Facebook increases your cost as well, so you can level up with how much people are bidding per time. If the costs people are bidding at goes down, Facebook helps you to reduce your cost as well to measure up with the amount people are now currently bidding at. Exactly. So all your cost is automated. Whether it's cost per click or your cost per thousand impression, everything is automated by Facebook per time, depending on what's obtainable from time to time. Okay, Facebook does that under the highest volume results to help you get the best results possible per time. That's why they call it highest volume. I hope you understand that. The next one is cost per result goal. So what is cost per result goal? How does it work? So this is what it means. Cost per result goal mandates that you decide how much Facebook charges you. You decide manually, decide by yourself, and you input it. You decide how much Facebook charges you for the results or the marketing objective you are optimizing for. What does that mean? For instance, if I'm running an e-commerce advert and I'm optimizing for purchases, I want people to buy, sales. I want people to buy, I'm optimizing for purchases. So this is what happens. I'm saying that for every purchase I make, I can decide to set $10 on my cost per result goal. That means Facebook should charge me an average of $10 for every purchase that is made on my website. That's exactly what cost per result goal is. So the moment I pick cost per result goal, under my budgeting, I would have to set the average cost that I want every result I get to cost. It's more like cost per action. So I'm saying that if one person, for everyone that buys, Facebook should tend to charge me or should try to charge me an average of $10. It may be slightly lesser or slightly more, but on the average, the cost for every purchase I will now get if I'm running on e-commerce adverts where people must buy immediately on my website. You understand? That means the average cost I must be charged must be around $10 for every cost. As long as charging me $10 to deliver a purchase to me will still be profitable to my enterprise. You understand? I'll maintain it at that level. I hope you understand that now. So that's what cost. That's basically what cost per result goal is. Or also, let me give another example. If I'm optimizing for leads, for instance, if I'm running an advert for, let's say, real estate, or let's say for a training program, and I want to generate leads or whatever, you understand? That means what I'm saying is this. I'm saying I can decide to put $5 in my cost per result goal. If I put $5 under my cost per result goal, what I'm trying to tell Facebook is this: for every lead I get by virtue of running the adverts, the average cost I should get charged for every lead, since it is lead I'm optimizing for, the average cost I should get charged should be around $5. Exactly. So that cost is going to be maintained perhaps all through the course of the advert, unless I go back and change it. Exactly. That is cost per result goal. I tend to decide the average cost I get charged for every conversion I get, whether it is purchase conversion or whether it is lead conversion. I decide it, you understand, from the beginning of my advert. I don't leave it for Facebook to decide, unlike what was obtainable on highest volume. Do you get what I'm saying? Highest volume, Facebook totally decide the costing and everything. So what I just get to see is, I see how much I get charged for every lead or every purchase or every click or something. But for this, for cost per result, I decide how much I get charged on the average for every lead or every purchase I get on the web, on my adverts. Now that's for that. Then the third one is bid cap. So what is bid cap? Bid cap is similar to cost per result goal. Understand? How is it similar? For bid cap, I'm going to have to set the cost I get charged for every click or for 1,000 impressions on my website. Unlike highest volume, where if I'm charged based on cost per click, and Facebook by its algorithm decides how much I get charged automatically. Perhaps it's $0.5, $0.02, $0.1 per click, whatever it is. You understand? For this one now, I will decide how much Facebook charges me per click. If my charging model is cost per click, I can say, Facebook, do not charge me more than $0.1 for every click on my adverts. Do you understand that now? I would have to input that cost manually and say, okay, my cost per click should not be more than $0.1 per click. I can say my cost per click should not be more than $0.5 per click. I'll decide that. Even if I'm optimizing for CPM, that's cost per 1,000 impression, I will decide and say that my cost per 1,000 impressions should not be more than $1. I will decide the amount and I'll enter it there. Do you get what I'm saying now? Now, the challenge with this model is that if people are outbidding you, perhaps if you're optimizing for clicks and you have entered $0.1 for every click, and people are bidding at $0.2 per click, you understand, they tend to push out of the market. That means, of course, it's an auction system. The highest bidder always wins. And because you are working with cost with bid cap, where you have to manually enter your cost, what happens to you is that people can outbid you. When people outbid you, your admin knows that. So this is used by people who are very skilled, who have so much experience, and can probably predict the conversion rates for their adverts. They can probably predict that, okay, people are probably bidding at around 0.5 now. Okay, let me start bidding at 0.6. So you have to keep doing it manually. But the odds are still against you if people are bidding beyond the amount you are bidding at. Do you understand? That means you're trying to outsmart people are also trying to outsmart you. I hope you get that. So for me personally, I always use highest volume every time. So that's what I would recommend for you. If you don't want to use highest volume, I would advise that probably use cost per result goal. That's still better. That's if you're optimizing for leads or purchases. Of course, you can still use that. But what I would recommend for you to use is highest volume at all times. Just let Facebook automate the whole costing system. Let Facebook decide the amount you get charged per time, depending on the kind of adverts you are running. Let's be automated so that you don't have to worry so much about cost. If the cost Facebook is now charging you is now too much for you to still make a good return on investment on what you are promoting, of course, you have to now go ahead and tweak your advert or something. But if the cost Facebook is charging you is not detrimental to your profits or your return on investment, why let Facebook automate it? Do you get what I'm saying now? And also, if your advert is doing very well, Facebook also has a way of rewarding you with lower costs. You understand? Over time, when you run adverts, you realize that even if your CPM or your cost per result, let's assume you are generating leads let's assume you are running a lead generation advert, and then you are generating leads at, let's say, $5 per lead or $10 per lead. If if your adverts tends to do very well and it's converting very well, you understand, over time you see that your cost per lead will tend to reduce. It can go down from $10 to, let's say, $8 or $7, depending on how good your advert is. Do you get what I'm saying? So why not just let Facebook automate the whole thing for you, and while you watch and just concentrate on the major part of your advert? You understand what I'm saying? That's it's just my recommendation actually. Go for the highest volume. You can also try the other ones if you think that those ones work for you. But highest volume has always worked for me, and that's what I use. So thank you very much. I hope you have learned something today. If you have learned something today and you enjoy what you are doing, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also put on the description bell. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.